Kevin Coelho is dropping pounds before our very eyes. Look, he just lost more weight. Do you want to be like Kevin Coelho, who's running the teleprompter? Then use our sponsor, Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand is an online fitness streaming service that gives you unlimited access to a wide variety of highly effective, world-class workouts personalized to meet your needs, plus extensive nutritional content, all proven to help people achieve their health and fitness goals. P90X? Insanity? Beachbody On Demand has them, so be like Kevin and get to using them. Right, Kev?
Yeah.
This is a brand new service, but already more than 1 million members have joined. You can claim a free trial membership, kind of funny, best friends. Just text Greggy to 303030 and get full access to the entire platform for free. 600 different workouts, 100 recipe videos, a Kevin Coelho beach body. What do you got to lose, Paula? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Over Greggy Show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
You brought up a picture of me from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it made me sad.
Why?
Because I was so much skinnier back then.
You got the arms now, though, dude.
I do.
Earlier
I'm
today, I
buffer
was looking
now.
over your arms, and I was like, oh, shit.
Well, I
The
worked out
Jackman off
yesterday.
is real, and it's starting to show dividends, as they
Thank
say,
you.
or
I
pay
appreciate
dividends.
that. I've noticed that my I'm able to lift more now, which I'm happy about. Because all kidding aside, Jackman off, what are you going to do, right? I'm going to win. It doesn't matter. I'm going for functional strength and movement. Like, I want to be stronger and I want to be able to move better. So that's
opposed to.
It's just opposed. Like, when you lift, there's all sorts of benefits that you get from it, right? Like, it strengthens joints. It gives you more. You get a lot more power as far as things that I'm doing in like jiu-jitsu, things like that. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of it. And I'm already starting to notice myself get stronger, which is good. But next step is, how do I start doing steroids? At what point do I start starting myself?
So you're building up
How do I
the
look?
power tree, but next is like stealth.
Oh yeah,
then-
definitely. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. It is. It is like a video game. It's fantastic.
Over there, the pure one, at Tim Gettys.
Let him host.
Do you like the at?
Yeah,
The at got you?
Got me at the last
Because then
second.
people get you. They're going to go watch it. And then joining us for the first time on this show, Anthony Ingruber.
Hi.
Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are
So
you?
Straight
I'm
out of
great.
Holland.
Exactly.
straight
There's
out of
so
Holland.
much.
Crazy
I didn't tell them much about you. What I know, because now, granted, I don't know much about you other than you're a stand-up guy. You're funny. You're talented. You're the Joker in Batman right now over on the Telltale series, which everybody should be playing. Season 2 just started. It's awesome.
This came out today or yesterday?
Well, this is, but remember, you're recording in a time
sorry.
loop. This has
Okay.
been out for a long time.
People love it.
You've already won
a great
awards.
time, Captain.
You've already won a lot of awards
Yeah,
for your
trending
pro
gamer.
John Doe. But yes, so when I met you through the power of the internet, through Skype. I was hosting that Telltale show about Batman. You Skyped into it.
Yeah, that's right.
You stood out to me for two reasons. Strikingly handsome, of course, number one.
The hair.
Rugged,
Hair's what
you know
got
what I mean? Talented in the video game. And then, of course, while you were Skyping, behind you, you had a giant, over your fireplace, a giant portrait of you and Harrison Ford.
That's right. it's a bit like this.
Exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, but the time difference was
Right.
striking.
Because that's the other thing that I didn't tell him about is that you live in Holland.
Yeah, that's right.
Who are you running from in the United States
Yeah,
that you
what
live in
happened?
Holland?
Drug
Yeah, well,
dealers?
this is live, so then there's no editing. So
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
There's a lot of people looking for this guy. But
Were you born and raised over there?
no, I was actually born in the Philippines, in Manila. My dad he's retired now, but he was an Australian diplomat for the Australian Foreign Affairs and Trade.
Yeah?
And so
Sorry, the what?
The Australian Foreign Affairs and Trade.
Foreign
Affairs.
Foreign.
Get your head out
I
of the
heard
gutter.
porn affairs. And I was
Porn
like,
affairs
what
would
is
be
this?
a good one.
He's Ron Jeremy's attorney. But he was posted there, and I was born. No, it's the microphone.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to push you in, okay? Don't panic. There's no wheels in the chair, so I have to get very close to you.
Oh, that's good. Greg, why did you push ass first?
You got to go ass first, Nick. You know that.
Don't have to go ass first.
Have you ever watched Love and Sex Stuff? Ask first.
I have indeed.
Yeah. So
All right, anyways, back to my father.
we're talking about my dad, and then things took a little turn.
So you were born in the Philippines.
Yeah. And there was actually a big military coup going on when my mom was pregnant with me, and my dad was almost killed at least twice. There was a sniper taking pot shots through the office. So there's a photo of him on the phone, just like, yeah, hello, is that Canberra? And there's just, because he's Australian.
Yeah, okay.
And there's just bullet
holes?
holes in the window. And he was in a car that got strafed by an airplane. And he put the woman's head down. This could all be bullshit. This is like stories like, yeah, you know,
He worked. Your dad worked in a Foster's plant.
He's just a desk clerk, but he's had a really interesting experience. And then I was born.
Yeah.
So in this crazy time, and then I was there for a couple years, and then we moved to Canada. My accent went from a Filipino accent to really, you know, Canadian and what's going on. And then we went to Australia, and then it shifted to this. So in all the old videos, I everything's a question because in Australia everything goes up at the end. So it's like, oh, g'day, how are you? It's like, I don't know, how are you? And then we went to Cyprus, which was awesome when I was about 10. Again, my dad was working on the because I don't know if you know anything about the situation there. There was a Turkish invasion.
I know there's a hill.
Yes.
Cypress Hill, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, Nick.
We don't know
America.
shit about any place else other
Love it
than
or leave
our
it.
town that we live in.
Our town.
Yeah. So there was an invasion on the Turkish.
This is very
Turkish
serious.
invaded it, and so the island was split in half, the Turkish
Okay.
and the Cypriot side. And my dad was working on opening that border up because people were, when they invaded, it was really just grab whatever you got and get out. And then there were people living in those houses. So he was working hard to get those borders open so people could go there for the first time, which was really cool. And so that was my middle school years, and then we went back to Australia and then to New Zealand for high school, and that was where I started to get the thing that I wanted to be an actor, because during high school I went to a workshop that did Richard Taylor did Lord of the Rings. They did the effects and everything.
That's awesome.
And I went there, and that was like Disneyland for me.
I
looked for, Jesus, that's the gun from Hellboy. That's Aragorn's sword. You know, when you walk in, there's an orc that's like, and I was like, this is fucking great. And then I was there. I was like 17, and they were like, yes, we need some extras for Avatar. I was like, oh, what's that? Like, oh, it's this movie that James Cameron's making. It's you know, space, you know, these blue guys. I was like, okay, can I go on it? And they're like, yeah, you need to be 25. I was like, I'm 17. So like, okay, just look older. So I was just like,
Just look.
You just squinted the entire time.
and I had like this pathetic little beard, and like, yeah, it's fine. And then they went on, and so I got to go on the set for that. And that was awesome. Like I was just a kid, and I was just like, wow.
Were you on set one of the days that James Cameron was actually directing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was he? How was he to be around?
There was
He's
a lot
difficult-
of tension on set. Actually,
Yeah.
there was a lot. I'd missed a lot of it, but I was there on a good day, and it was really cool. But there was stories and stuff that it was just a very stressful shoot. Just things went wrong and stuff, and there was a lot of. I mean, it was a huge budget and stuff. But
Is your role going to be recurring in Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5?
yes, I'll be playing the ground technician, that face in the crowd, about 50 people, and I'll be making that welcome return, and people will be like, oh, there he is.
That's the guy who plays Joker.
I'm really just a shadow on the wall, but it was amazing. Like, I can see myself, although it's probably somebody else. But
Sure.
I'm convinced, you know, that's that shoulder there, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, and that was just an amazing experience. And then after that, after I graduated and stuff, I just went to Canada in Toronto.
A hotbed. You want to be a movie guy?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go to
I tried
Canada.
getting to LA, but I couldn't get in.
Sure.
Without a body of work or anything. So I went to Toronto, which I was told was the next best thing. And I wasn't getting anything. Like I got like a toothpaste commercial in like 3 years and something. So and then my visa.
For who though? Was it Crest or Colgate?
It was like home
Sensodyne.
brand.
Oh,
home
no.
brand.
Oh, no.
It was Aqua Fresh.
Tom's Natural.
Yeah, it was just like you know, whatever. So I had like nothing really to show for it, and my visa ran out, and I was just like, oh. So I moved back to Holland to stay with my folks for a while, and during this time though, between high school and then, what I'd been doing was YouTube impressions, because that was my creative outlet to stave off the voices in my head.
Sure, get 'em out. Get out the
like,
demons.
Somehow create something, because I wasn't getting work. So I'm like, I'm gonna just do whatever. 6 months later, like I had nothing. I was 23 and I had nothing to show for it, really. Just my earlier experiences and nothing.
How many YouTube subs?
I actually had a pretty good, decent number. Like it had grown since Adeline, but it was like I had like 5,000. My Harrison Ford impression had about 300,000 views.
Damn.
That's ballooned since.
Sure.
Which is awesome. But so I got this message that that this director, Lee Toland Krieger's making The Age of Adeline. And they were like, to play the young Harrison Ford. And I thought, what? And I was like, okay, I'm going to audition. I'm not going to get it. It's going to be, they're going to get, it's going to be a huge thing. I auditioned and the director Skyped me. He's like, hey, yeah, you're in. And I was like, you're kidding me, because
but I'm the toothpaste guy.
I was like, Jesus. It turned out that he had seen in that period where I was like, I'm not getting work. What am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do? He and the producers had been watching all my material, and they're like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And because he was looking at reference photos of young Harrison Ford in high school, and he's like, oh, what's this video? And he's like, oh, that's somebody doing it. So that was insane. And then it was like, oh yeah, go on the set. And they didn't have a script.
Oh wow. Right?
Because they didn't know what they were going to do for that. They thought it was going to be, from behind or CGI or something, like a guy who kind of looks like him. So that role was on the script was, a guy helps her to his car or whatever, helps her get into the car. And when they saw that I did the voice and everything and how much I looked like him on the set, everyone was like, and it was really cool. It was amazing. So they were like, yeah, just improv something, like say something. And I know nothing about cars, so I'm like, what do I say?
Get off my car.
Yeah, get out of my car. No, but
He's like, that's my car.
Yeah, because there's old grumpy Harrison and then there's younger Harrison. So I did something in the between. Like they were like, because I was like, do you want me to just do my normal voice? And he's like, no. The role is super small, so we just want to, so people are like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So he just said like, yeah, just give me that Han Solo grin. So it was just, and it's like every time, like just really milking it, and I was just having a ball. But
we'll do something for them, because I watched Age of Adeline and I was like, because I knew you from the Telltale stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, and then you had the picture with you and Harrison. I was like, oh okay. So then I went and watched Age of Adeline, and it's like, holy fucking shit, do you fucking do Harrison Ford?
Yeah. They screened it for people, and they said one of the questions was, how did you do the CGI to make Harrison look so young? And like the motion capture, like that was great CGI. He's like, no, that's Anthony.
Like, hi.
So it was this crazy thing. So the director was really happy with me, and the last day of the shoot, I was a nervous wreck though, because I had just YouTube, and then I'm like playing my childhood hero. So I was like, and I was in my caravan, my little trailer, and Harrison's trailer's there, and it's the size of a house. And
as one would
and they were
assume.
like, have you met Harrison yet? And I said no. I'm like, do you want to meet him? I'm like, yeah, but what if he doesn't like me or something? Like I don't know if I could process it. Like, what if he's like, well, I think this kid's no good. And they're like, no, he's seen you and he likes you. So I was like, and he made a joke about like, he's got a weird sense of humor, which is awesome. But he made a joke about me and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. So he
what was the joke?
Yeah, what the hell?
No, I'm not. That's my own personal.
Oh, that's one for you.
That's one for me.
Okay. Okay.
So he was rapping. He was done.
Yeah.
For good. And he
I thought he was rapping.
He was rapping.
Oh,
No.
Anthony, how you doing?
He was rapping.
Have you seen Raiders of the
okay.
Lost Ark?
Yo. No, but so he was rapped like for good, and they were like, we got to get Anthony to meet this guy, because the crew wanted to see his reaction to meeting me. So I was really like this, like shaking. I'm meeting Harrison Ford, Jesus, and so we were in that house where they play the game. It was like, what was the capital of Israel? When they're playing that game, and I was in the back of that, just like, holy shit, there he is, and the crew was like, just calm down and have a look. And so I'm waiting outside that house, and the entire crew are there with their iPhones and stuff, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And so everyone's piling out. Like Blake is coming out, and Blake's wonderful. She's so sweet. She's like, hey, how are you? And I was like, hi, I'm pretty good. And so
get out of the way, Harrison Ford's coming out.
The last guy to come out, so he's literally the last person to leave. So it's just like, and then I see him, and he's looking down, because he walks the same way I do. He looks at the floor, and they're like, Harrison, huh? And they're like, this is Anthony, and he looks at me and he goes, oh, Anthony, yeah, I've heard about you. And I'm just like, Jesus. And I thought I was going to pass out, but I was like, oh, hi, how are you? And I was very professional and stuff, and I told him though how much he meant to me, and he was like, oh, thank you. That was very nice of you, thank you. And we took that photo, and he was just like patting me and like hugging, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. this is amazing. And then when I got home from filming, when I went back home to Holland, they'd taken that photo, because I'd sent that photo to my family, and they'd printed it and mounted it on the wall, and that was just, that was surreal for me.
That's awesome.
Just childhood hero. Like,
So do your Han Solo.
Han Solo, I'm Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system. A fast ship. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's a ship that made the Kessel. I can do the whole fucking
Oh man,
Like it awesome.
it is so fucking cool in the movie when you do it, when you walk up and
that
because
was
it is
really-
it's like holy shit. That's
Yeah, I remember actually watching that. My wife and I, it was like one of those Sunday movies where like we're gonna sit down, and I think I'd lost the last couple. You know when you pick movies and you don't pick the right ones, then you'll lose the next choice. And she's like, "Let's watch Age of Adeline." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm a Blake Lively fan." And I remember that scene popping up, and I'm like, "Holy fuck!" Like it's almost jarring because it's spot on. And it's cool because you see it like, you know what the character's supposed to be, right? It's you know, they built up to this moment where she meets this young Harrison Ford, and obviously she doesn't age or whatever. And then you see you for the first time. You're like, it's spot on. You did a very excellent job
thanks,
with that.
man. Yeah.
It was well done. Yeah. Well, how was it like doing a scene with Blake Lively?
Yeah, that was. I mean, she's one of the most beautiful women in the world,
Yeah.
you know. And then my first scene partner, and all my scenes were with Blake. I didn't
Yeah.
actually have a scene with Harrison. Like he looks out the window, and then I'm biking past.
Right.
So that was my interaction with him on screen. But so all my scenes were with Blake, and she was really, really friendly. And I met Ryan Reynolds as well.
Oh, yeah.
which was awesome.
No big deal.
No,
Ryan
he was
Reynolds.
no. I was like, what? You know, this was before Deadpool, but I was like, dude, Smoking Aces was awesome. yeah. And we had come on, and he was just really awesome. But yeah, she was really friendly and really just easy to work with, and very
cool.
Really cool. And we did that kissing scene.
Hell yeah, he did.
Shout out to Kissing.
That's when
Scenes,
Ryan
you
Reynolds
know?
was there. Just cracking his knuckles.
No, that was literally
Spinning
the
nunchucks.
day I met him.
Oh, really?
Like, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, so you're filming a scene? I'm like, yeah, we got a handshake. You know, I was just like,
You should've got all
shot
in on
is
it,
just
though, and been like-
his fist. on my chin. But yeah, the kissing scene, we did that like 9 times, and I was just like, oops, I fucked it up. Let's do it again, you know. So, but yeah, no, it was really cool. It was really fun.
So now you're doing the Telltale thing.
Yeah, and
being Joker.
Yeah, that's the other cool thing is that
That you're the Joker. Yeah.
I know, but the thing is, like, Harrison Ford and the Joker were my childhood, right? Like in high school, I was doing the, you know, Grady, Delbert Grady. You know, I was doing the Shining, like Jack Nicholson thing, and the Mark Hamill, you know, and that was my thing, and that was the other thing that I'd put on YouTube. The other video that I did those 3 impressions of Heath, Mark, and Jack, and then lightning struck twice. Because Telltale were casting for this thing, and they saw me doing the 3 Jokers, and they thought, well, if he can do those 3, what can he come up with? So
where does your Joker lie then? Like where did you?
Yeah, that was the thing, because being an impressionist, those voices are just so close to me. Like
Right.
if I see the script, my first thought is like, well, hello, beautiful, or like any of those guys, and they really didn't want me to do an impression.
Right.
So I wanted to come up with a voice that would be that could be normal almost, because they really want him to be John Doe. Everything that I do, when I read for it, they really ask me to dial everything back, like the laugh and the voice and stuff. Like I make it very dark and very creepy, but they're like, just save that, like because they want him to become, especially in that first episode, they want him to be almost sympathetic and like a tragic hero, like tragic.
Yeah, are you
character.
familiar with how this works in the game?
No.
So in season 1, Bruce gets admitted, and this is spoilers for season 1. I don't know how many goddamn times I can tell you people to play this game. Season 1, Bruce gets admitted to Arkham as a patient.
Okay.
And so obviously Zaz is there. There's all these other crazies there. The puppet guy's there. And so John Doe is there, and it's the Joker, clearly white skin, green hair or whatever. And he befriends Bruce and kind of like is like looking out for him, but still doing it in like not doing it in the Joker way, doing it in the way of like. Because the game's so great at twisting everything and turning it on its head, where you're like, is it the Joker or is this guy not the Joker yet? Or can I trust him or can I not? And he's still a little bit out there, but he's not. And the doctors like him, but he's clearly fucking with them. And it's all these different things of like, it's not the Joker, but you see how it's going to become the Joker. And by the end of season 1, again, spoilers, he gets out and like he's out there and you can see him start on that thing. And then when we played yesterday in episode 1 of season 2, he pops up again and again, still not the Joker, but clearly on that path to becoming him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the cool thing about him is that depending on the player's choice, he'll become, he'll stay your friend for a long time. Like because when you meet him, he genuinely loves Bruce Wayne. Like he's the one guy that he doesn't manipulate. I don't think. Like he manipulates everybody in season 1. Like the doctors, he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing great, and he convinces them to release him. He doesn't escape. He gets signed out to like he's a rehabilitated person. And then there's this great moment, which was a real joy to play, where John finally opens up to somebody and he's like, I'm not doing so great. Like he doesn't like it. Like he likes the asylum and he liked the control he had. And so he finally opens up to Bruce. And playing a guy who, cuts smiles into people's faces or, electrocutes them, to play him like that was so cool because I'm such a huge fan. But to play a character that's 70 years old, but play him in a very different way was just really great. And this is really my first job, like first voiceover job. So
you're getting some good first gigs.
I'm getting some great gigs. I'm getting amazing gigs.
So what's next? What impressions do you got to put on YouTube for?
Well, the latest one I did was, Matthew McConaughey. I watched Interstellar, and I was just like, I think I can do that voice. and I was like, I call up the bank and have them forward all that money to my bank account, like if it's voice activated. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, so yeah, with the Joker John Doe voice, like we haven't seen the Joker yet because everything I've done has been, more serene. And the voice, I wanted to do a mix of the 3 Jokers that inspired me. So Mark, Heath, and Jack. A voice that isn't really an impression of those guys, but you can hear it. There's inflections here and there that are like, oh, that sounds a bit, just like, because I love those guys. Like there are so many great Joker actors, but those 3 were my childhood. And so I wanted to sort of honor them in a way that, like, this voice, when you hear it, you're like, oh, okay, but because it has to also be almost normal. Like, it can't be like, hi, Bruce, I can't wait to see. Like, it can't be too creepy because then you're going to be like, get the fuck away from me. So it has to be more normal, like, oh, he's okay, So that was a challenge, to make a voice that's unsettling but not overly
repulsive.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this great, like, there's all these little flare-ups with him, you know what I mean, where he, like, has that moment of, like, oh, God, is this where he's going to break? And there's a great one in episode 1 where they're at a funeral, and he shows up, and Bruce is like, why the fuck are you here? What kind of thing, you know what I mean? And he gives him a card, and it's a get well soon card or whatever, and like, the choice I made was Bruce handing back, he's like, this isn't, you don't give these kind of cards at funerals. And he does that thing where he grabs, he balls it up,
and he's like, of course you don't, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, he gets really angry at himself. Like, he's like, fuck, I fucked it up.
Yeah, he's trying to be a normal person, he just doesn't know how.
He wants so much to be accepted by Bruce. Like, he fucking loves him. And then he sort of goes out of his way to, like, the direction I was given was a first date. Like a high school date. So, like, I got you a little something, like please like it, and that was so fun to play. Like, instead of just playing a creep or a psycho who would, like, shoot up the funeral or something, just to play this guy who's like, hi, I'm okay, like,
trying to make it,
trying to fit in. Like, it was really fun.
So what's it like then to go from, man, I can't book anything but this damn toothpaste ad, to then being, I've been Harrison Ford and now I'm the Joker?
My 2 childhood favorite things. It's really a huge honor just to play both of those characters, just because it's really, like, my 10-year-old self would be like, like there's photos of me dressed up as Indy, when I'm like 6, and then there's drawings I did in my school books of, ha 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 ha, the smile, and it's just nuts, that they trust me, because I am a complete newcomer, both to Adeline and Joker, and that's a huge role. So they trust me to do a good job. So are you over, like, imposter syndrome, where you're like I can't imagine,
Like doing an impression of Harrison Ford, sure. And then, all right, cool, you're cast in this movie. You're playing young Harrison Ford. I can't imagine. There's got to be that awesome. And you hang up and just, oh, fuck. Like, I'm going to walk on set and I'm going to meet Harrison Ford and I'm going to be around these real professional people who do this.
Yeah, that is there. And it's still something that I'm, just because everything is very new.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always like nothing. Suddenly, big stuff. I'm on the set with Troy, So and I was a huge fan of Troy. Like I remember playing BioShock Infinite, and I called my agent from Toronto. I was like, "Can you get me into video games?" And he's like, "No." So it really is. It's overwhelming, but it's also just a huge, keep going, Anthony. Keep going. And it's great that I'm given the chance. I'm just hugely grateful.
How old are you?
27.
God fucking damn it.
I know, so talented, so young, so beautiful.
It drives me crazy.
Doesn't know what he has. Won't know until it's gone.
We'll take it away
Are you
from-
planning on staying in Holland then?
They call it the Hollywood of Holland.
Well, the thing about
Hollywood.
Holland actually had a very big film industry right before World War II. It got bombed to shit, unfortunately. But yeah, I definitely I'm hoping that this is going to segue me into becoming a resident here and taking off, because there's not really a huge thing in Holland, and I do feel that like I got cast 1 in a million chance of the director himself seeing me on YouTube, and the same with Joker. I didn't get like an audition reel and like that one. It was really like a call in the middle of the night, like, can you read for this? So I got very lucky with both, and I would like to do it the more traditional way, so I can just settle in and take off. But yeah, from Holland it's very difficult.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
I'm trying. Are you single?
No, I just brought in somebody else through immigration. I can't keep doing it. They'll red flag my papers if I keep doing it. The one thing I want to, before we wrap up this topic that wasn't a topic but has become a topic of what's it like to play Han Solo and the Joker, I want to point out that I was talking about all the things I knew about you beforehand. What I want is that you are a genuinely awesome human being, because after we met through Skype, every few weeks you'll hit me up on DM and just be like, hey man, what's going on?
Yeah,
I was like, nothing, playing these games. How are you? Oh, I'm good too. All right, well, see you later.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
just keep-
I like it. I think I was honestly, I remember messaging some people because you had me on for that podcast.
Yeah.
And I thought, this guy's gonna rip me apart. Like I thought like this guy, he might be a bit of a dick to me. Like I was really like,
He's kind of a dick
like
sometimes.
I was like these guys, like I was like, oh Jesus, I'm the new kid. They're gonna be like, so who the fuck are you? But you were so gracious to me, and I was just like, fuck, I totally misjudged you. I was so scared going onto that podcast. I was like, oh man, they're gonna throw some barbs. But it was so great. Like I was just like, dude, this guy's such a good guy.
if you had shit the bed as the Joker, we would have had words. But you did great, and I'm excited for where it's going.
Thanks, dude. But yeah, it was awesome. So I was just like, oh, Greg, what you doing? And you were like, oh, if you're in San Fran, you should come by. I'm like, yes, please. Like, I need to get there.
And then you made it. And here we are.
Yeah. So
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early. How early, Nick?
Topic by topic.
No, so early you can watch it live as we record it, like so many of you are doing right now at the dollar level. Thank you. Every dollar counts. However, if you don't want to get it early, whether it be as we record it, wait, will you bring Anthony more water?
oh yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Can you also get me another LaCroix from the fridge?
Do you want wine or beer or anything? We all
my
have
7th
bourbon
today.
too. No.
Well, if anyone else is having some, I'll.
What do you want?
Some bourbon out for the table?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Can we get a bowl of ice too? Sure. Cool Greg will help too.
I have to get Cool Greg to help me out with this.
Exactly. Of course. Now it's become a thing. Do you think you could, Nick? While you're up, could you walk down to Taco Bell and get some of them chicken nacho things, like the fried?
Just make a list and we'll go around.
Can we go to Whole
I'm
Foods?
staying a couple streets down.
Go to the place.
I left with jacket there.
If you don't want to give us any money, it's no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny, where you can get the show topic by topic, day by day, until it goes up as one big video in MP3 the following Friday. Thanks for watching the Game Over Greggy Show, everybody. Click here to go to Patreon. Click here to subscribe. Click here to check out Kinda Funny Games. And click here to see a video of a very, very young Andy Cortez. We don't have that video. It's just other content of ours. Kinda Funny.